Hello and welcome to the first of many video tutorials as part of the Landscape D2 project at thephotojourney.com. Today I want to quickly run you through how to get a good stitched panorama. Now today's photo, whilst its subject isn't particularly interesting, it will give you the basics. Now, unfortunately, Queensland has been inundated by some massive floods across this last month or so, or even more. And in the last 2 weeks, Brisbane, the capital city of Queensland, has been inundated, and these floodwaters here are just down the end of our street, just across the road. Now I went for a walk with my Canon 40D with a 50mm on it, and that was all I had at the time, and I couldn't get a wide enough shot. So my option was to miss the shot or have a go at a stitched panorama. So basically the real trick to a stitched panorama isn't using great software. Even though I'll be using Photoshop CS5, which is brilliant, there are free stitching programs out there, and there are also programs bundled with your camera that will probably do this. The real trick to a decent stitch panorama is having base files that overlap really well and are a good exposed image. So the real trick is to make sure you have at least 25% overhang from one image to the next for your stitch. So you'll notice here, I've gone fairly wide. I'll probably crop some of this out. I've got the jet skis, and I've got the car. In my second shot, I've got a little bit of the jet skis, I've got the whole car, and I'm starting to get across this back fence. And in my third photo, I've got the front of the car, and the fence again, and then we've got these people here having a chat about the floods. So on mine, I've got nearly 50% overhang, which is fine. I probably could have turned a bit more, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So the next step is to open these three images in Photoshop, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here we are in Photoshop. We've got our three files opened across the top. I've degraded the dots per inch of these just for the running of the program, so my audio doesn't jump out. What we want to do is go to File, Automate, Photo Merge. This has existed in the same location in at least the last two versions of Photoshop, probably more. Now once it loads up, it's going to give us a few different options of the different types of panoramas. So there's auto, perspective, cylindrical, spherical, collage, and reposition. From what I understand, with collage you can have different zoomed images of the same area and it'll piece it together. I haven't used it before. And the other one is perspective, so you can get more of that, obviously things closer to you wrap higher around. It's, yeah, not 100% sure how they all work, but I usually go with auto, and if I don't like something I can come in here and have a little bit of a play. So once you've gone through there, you need to select your source files. So you can select files, or you can tell a particular folder. So you had a folder with the 3 or 4 or 5 stitched images in, you can select that folder and it'll bring those in. For these, we're just going to go Files, and we're going to add Open Files. That one there is for my flood panos, that's fine. So there are our three files, ready to go. Blend the images together. Some lenses will have a vignetting, especially if you're using a wide angle with a hood and you're moving around, you're certainly going to get some vignetting. You're probably not going to be panoramic stitching too many wide angle lenses there. Geometric distortion, I don't turn it on, I haven't had any problems. Okay, so once you get your three selected, just click OK. So here's the stitch panorama. There's your three images in the three different layers, and it's using a mask layer to hide different parts of that. So the next real step after that is to crop the area that you want and then apply your different layer adjustments. So what we'll do is we'll quickly jump over to my final image. So this is the final image after cropping and different edits. So we'll just jump back to the base. That's what we started with. You'll notice that I cropped off the edge of the tree there, and on this side the traffic sign. I always like to put a base curves adjustment just to boost some of the contrast in the image. After that, I apply a level, so in this case I wanted to brighten the image up a little bit. And after that, a selective color layer. So that's really boosted the colors, probably saturated them a little bit, and made the image really pop. I'll have a tutorial dedicated to selective color in the next few weeks. After that, what I wanted to do was darken the bottom of the image. It seemed a little bit bright down here. So I've added some black here, using the subtract tool, so you get that one to come out. And my other layer here is a burn layer. My burn layer to increase the reflections in the water, darken them up a bit, darken up the grass and the path, and a little bit of the road. And the last layer is obviously a sharpening layer, just to give that image the sharpness that it needs to upload to the internet. Alright guys, so that's the end of today's tutorial. So don't forget that a decent stitch panorama isn't about the software, it's about having good base images, in that you want at least 25% overhang from the first image to the second image and so on. Happy shooting.